What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Hands Down Sports here on YouTube, my G. I know this is my starting lineup podcast, and I always talk about boxing, the NFL, the MLB, and the NBA. And if something else pops off, you'll see me where I'm at with that situation. But these are the major sports that I like to watch, that I like to talk about, that I got tons of friends and family. You know what I mean? We have all these type of discussions, and sometimes I try to bring them out right here from what I can remember. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you like what I'm talking about, so y'all can stay that like and all that subscribe stuff. Really appreciate it. You know what I mean? You know, the MLB got some trades and some signings going on. The NFL, you know, there's 4 teams, and I'm like, dogs, these are heavy hitter teams, and they're struggling to make it to the playoffs, dogs. You know, some have a nice little, you know, cushion, but it's not enough, dogs. They're looking horrible right now. But you know, one dude became the new WBO Welterweight champion. You know, see how do you feel about this guy? You know what I'm saying? I heard there was some controversy with him for some reason. You know what I'm saying? But vamos a ver, loco. Blue Jays, if they make the right deal, let me know, son. They try to get back to that World Series, dogs. You know, the Dodgers, they don't even have to make any moves. But anyways, let's start this show and talk about what I got on my mind over here. Devin Haney is 33-0, dogs, with a 15 KOs. Now, I don't know that much about boxing, so to me, I read this on boxrec.com. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the way he's going, looks like he's a promise to be one of the best ever, right? You know, as long as he doesn't lose, right? Because in boxing, you lose that to the next one, right? Damn, babe. But anyways, I was reading something really cool. This dude reminds me of DMX because of how he looks. But, boxing fans know Bernard Hopkins. Yo, he was the truth, my G. So I'm on boxing. Let me see. boxingnews.com. No, boxingnewsonline.com. Checking out this article here. He was basically talking about that he's fought all the best. You know what I mean? And he's won championships and had some losses here and there. But the guy that he had like the most problems with was Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he can counteract, he can react, he can just move out of the way. It was like, if you try to do one move, he got a way to defend it. And it's, even if you catch him like once, you're not going to catch him again. Like, it's crazy, son. Bernard Hopkins, dogs, fought 20 world champions, but says that man stood out as, the best he ever faced, Roy Jones. Do you think Devin Haney is some Roy Jones caliber type of fighter? I would like to hear that in the comments below. You know, say, nah, loco, like look at this right here, son. I watch a lot of different pages of sports stuff on X, and here, source of boxing. Right here, they posted this. Who's Bam Rodriguez? And I don't even know how to pronounce the other dude's name. Forget that, dogs. But, 31-0, 23-0. Allegedly, they're 122 pounds. What weight class is that, dogs? Leave me the comments down below so I can learn from y'all. You know what I mean? I don't even know who that is, but the guy's last name is Rodriguez. I'm going with Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who these dudes are. I just try to read as much little articles there is out there, you know what I'm saying? But, that Bernard Hopkins joint, dogs. It's official, man. I'm glad he's doing good, son. Porque tú sabes. Let me see here. The NFL, dogs, come on. Yeah, I've been seeing what's going on in the NFL. Yeah, you guys are okay with that? Punting from the 29-yard line? Yo, my G, I don't know what's going on, man. Let's get into that segment real quick. All right, so, of course, in the NFL, just like every sport, you have your favorite team. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go over some teams right now. I think they're heavy hitters. They're struggling. Are they going to make the playoffs? This is week 13, right? I mean, the Bears are 9-3. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that real quick. But Dak Prescott, look at this, babe. You know what I mean? They're saying that Dak Prescott is 36-9 against the NFC East. But how many playoffs appearances has he made? Has he made one every other year of his, Cowboy career? How long has he been in this league? 10 years? I gotta look that up, dogs. But look at this record against the Giants in Washington. Like, he's really he comes to play them. You're like, are you doing this against the other teams? Because shit. But then he's 10-5 against the Eagles. And the Eagles been having really good teams in the last 5 years. So I don't know what's going on right there. But I know that Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. I know he is. But vamos a ver esta vaina. 3 Pro Bowls. Walter Payton Award. But you would think oh yeah, this guy has mad playoff appearances. Let's see. ChatGPT is gonna tell you, dog. Vamos a ver. Look at that. Dak Prescott has 7 playoff games during his career. His playoff record is 2 wins and 5 losses. 7 times. And this is the division that if you're in first place, most likely you're making the playoffs. You're 36-9. That's a hell of a good record. You don't even do the playoffs 7 times, back. Yo, you tell me, doggy. Come on, B. This shit doesn't even make sense to me right now. Tell me in the comments, dog. What am I missing, B? Yo no soy inteligente así, loco, pero coño. You know what I mean? He has played 7 playoffs. That can't be real, son. ChatGPT and AI, they're messing with me, dogs. They're messing with me. That's all I gotta say. You let me know, B. Let me know this. Look, Buffalo is 7-4. Nice little cushion, right? But they're struggling right now. Baltimore and Kansas City are 6-6. Kansas City and Baltimore. These are teams that are really Super Bowl type quality teams. They're 500 right now, dog. Who's making the playoffs? I'm like, oh yeah, the Buffalo. They should make the playoffs. Even though the Patriots is 10-2, doggy. Diablo. How did that happen? Anyways. And then Detroit, another team that I think can win the Super Bowl. I mean, they're 7-5. That comes down to, my little thing over here. Who's gonna be the Super Bowl champ, dog? So, my G, I got Green Bay and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Not the way this shit's going right now. Philly and Buffalo. I know the Philly fans are heated because they lost, to the Bears, and Jalen didn't look good, dogs. I don't know what's going on over there, but Jalen Hurts got to wake up, baby. And then the other one, how about if LA Rams played the Chargers in the Super Bowl? In their house. Oh, no, they don't play it over there. It's going to be somewhere. It's going to be New Orleans, I think, is hosting the Super Bowl. Son, if Baltimore or Kansas City, either one of them make it to the playoffs, I'm thinking that they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I still want Detroit to win the Super Bowl, dogs. Just one. Diablo loco. That city can't get nothing, dogs. Kansas City got plenty. Baltimore has, several, but not with Jackson. Buffalo doesn't have any. You know what I'm saying? They're going into the new stadium. You necesitan dinero, loco, for the new stadium that's almost finished and built. We got to start paying the owner back for the money he didn't spend. But vamos a ver, loco. Can they win it now, or Buffalo's gonna win it next year? That's my prediction. Son, I'm telling you, son. Those Thanksgiving games, I didn't watch some of that Detroit Green Bay game, but it was a high scoring game. I got, a few highlights here and there. You know what I'm saying? Ya tú sabes cómo esa vaina. Packers win 31-24. You know what I'm saying? They're a good team, dogs. I was thinking. On week 2, I was like, dogs, these dudes are serious, son. They're going Super Bowl kind of thing, Vamos a ver. Now, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs. They beat the Eagles. They beat the Chiefs 2 games in a row, son. CeeDee Lamb, suspect a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Decent run game. Because the run game is not excellent, but, doing a little damage over there with Perkins. You know what I mean? Or Pickens, the Pickens. Pickens is picking all the dollars. And then that game, dogs, the Bengals, they just got this dude, Joe Burrow, back. You know what I mean? This dude came to play. 32-14. I mean, the Ravens defense is not like what it used to be, son. And whatchamacallit, they got to run it more, I think, with the King, son. Mira esta vaina, look. King Henry, 10 carries? 10? Dogs. How do you get 10 carries? Now, they threw to him once, and he got 44 yards off of it. That was wilding. But tú tienes Derrick Henry. I mean, it must be that Derrick Henry is old for the NFL. His body's not the same, and you can't save him for the playoffs now, son. Everybody got to be full throttle at this mother lunch. But Derrick Henry is supposed to get at least 18. Like that's the floor. 18 carries, dogs. Divide that by 4, son. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Unless Derrick Henry comes to my face and is like, gee, I'm fucking hurt, dogs. I can't run no more. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, all right, cool. All right, legend, sit down or take a break or put you in 20% of the plays or something. But, yo, son, that was horrible, son. So then when you go to the standings, just for that, you know what I'm saying? Look, Baltimore, they're lucky Pittsburgh's at 6-5. They're fucking lucky, son. That's why I'm like, yeah, they can make the playoffs. Look at these. Look who's in first place. It's not like they got 10 wins. Buffalo 7-4. They can still make it if they continue winning. End up, I don't know, whatever. They can still make it. Miami and the Jets, ¿qué yo van a hacer, loco? All right, dogs. Let me see here. Jacksonville and Houston, they're fighting, right? Because Tennessee, we'll see you next year, my G. And the season's not over. Kansas City for the first time, they're like, we're in third place in the NFC West? Go ahead, loco. What kind of dream am I in, dogs? What is going on here, son? But, fight and crawl to get to the top. You fight and crawl to stay at the top, and now you're fighting and crawling to get back to the top, dogs. So that's how it is. That's how life should be, right? That's how life is for all of us. Philly still can make it. I mean, Dallas will have to go on a win streak. Take these 2, win another 5. Yo, son, you'll be 11-5 and a tie. That's a good record. That can make the playoffs, dogs. Chicago running it, but Green Bay's right there. Look, Detroit. Minnesota, pobrecito Minnesota. No tienen nada para allá con Mr. Jefferson, dogs. One of the greatest wide receivers you'll see. And you have to be like, that dude is so nice. He just needs a better quarterback, dog. That's it. Anyways. Tampa Bay. Yo, NFC South, una mierda siempre, loco. All the teams got opportunity to make it to the playoffs here. You know what I'm saying? How about if Atlanta doesn't lose a game? They end up 9-7. You know what I mean? How about if they end up 9-7? Or can it be 10-7? Right? They play 18 games, right? With a bye. How about if they end up 10-7? And that's better than Tampa Bay and Carolina. You won 10 games? That should give you an opportunity to make it to the playoffs, right? But the NFC West is tight besides the Cardinals, The South is tight, but they are close to bad records. Right here, man, right now it looks like Chicago is running the NFC. Chicago League. Caleb Williams. Who is this guy? Who is this guy segment? What's he doing, son? But, whatever. Then, I was going to say the Browns, baby. The Browns, so they get a win. The Raiders are not great, son. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they beat Kansas City, right? But I'm saying, dogs, the Shador didn't even get the ball for the game ball. They gave it to Myles Garrett because he has broken his own sack record by this time in the season. So I guess so, man. I mean, a guy that dogs, you basically, it's like you pulled a guy from the G League in the NBA, and he went out there and scored 25 for you. You know what I mean? Got you 7 rebounds. You know what I mean? 7 assists. And you're like, damn, this dude was in the G League, and he came up here 25, 7, 7. Ahí, toma. Who gets the game ball? This guy, because he got 3 block shots. You know what I mean? Like, kind of recognition, dog. I'm telling you, the NFL should be investigating how they treating this dude, son. Why, son? Why? That's what I want to know, babe. I have a reason, but I'm not going to say it. Shit is horrible, dogs. It's like when I talk about the Knicks. I get frustrated, dogs. You know, let's talk about that and get it over with, right? Yeah, I'm not too happy, son. It's like that movie, Major League 2, I think it's called, where the guy from left field, season ticket holder, he's at every game, but he's like, they're not gonna win, dogs. They suck, dogs. They're always messing up. They'll get far and they'll break your heart. It's just for nothing. I don't even know why I'm a fan. But gee, I look at the Knicks and I'm like, we can't be doing this bad right now, son. This early. I know it's early. That's the only thing that's good, that it's early. But come on, my G. So of course, man, the Knicks did beat the Bucks. They're in a 3-game win streak. Nice to see. Just keep it up. You know, thank you to Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying? The only dude I think that I feel, and when I watch him playing out there, he's not sold, man. You sell your soul, but you're not winning no chips. You know what I mean? I don't understand. That's backwards, bro. Anyways, the Oklahoma, 19-1, babe. 19-1 right now, Doc. The first 20 games, 19-1. And they're coming off winning the chip. They're missing their best, one of their best players. They're missing one of the best players on the team. Yo, son, that's wild, son. But right now, I mean, the NBA Cup is going on. The knockout rounds. We got Miami and Orlando. Let me see here. The Knicks and Toronto. Then on the West Coast, we got the Suns and Oklahoma. And then we got the Spurs and the Lakers. Knockout rounds. I don't know, son. Who's going to make it to the finals? Who's going to get that chip? That fake chip. Mid-season garbage. But we'll see, man. This is the last the last 8 teams. Brought to you by Prime, that mother lunch. So there was a video that came up of a fan from Sacramento Kings yelling at a few of the ball players, and I think Levine was one of the people he was talking to. You know what I mean? He's just probably upset that, such a good team with a lot of talent, but they're not making moves to win championships, babe. And that the Sacramento Kings has a good fan base, and but I don't know, dogs. I said, these are the teams at the NBA, they don't care. Nobody cares if the Kings win anything, even though they should be one of the top teams, because you know what I mean? They're the Kings of the NBA. But let me see here. 19-1. I mean, I was thinking that if they continue this, right? Because then they have to win the chip. You know what I mean? It can't be like these guys and lose to LeBron, the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? I'm away. So how much wins and losses do you think Oklahoma can have? They're 19-1. They have to be better than 73-9. 74-8. 74-8. I don't know, son. I don't think this team is gonna lose 5 games in the season, dogs. Their best player, SGA, he's an alien, dogs. I seen a video that he basically mimics the same moves as Kobe Bryant. That's like you're trying to be like Jordan, because that's what Kobe did. Kobe, you know what I mean? All his moves is from MJ, straight up. And he had some conversations behind the scenes. But I said, tú sabes, more jewelry and shit. But can OKC go back to back, son? It looks like they're good enough to do it. Vamos a ver, loco. I don't, a team with one superstar and two like really good players, man. I mean, I don't know their team that well, but that's what I saw last year. I was like, and then this year they're playing with a guy that's like the second best, and he's hurt. How you gonna beat this team? Oh, this was dope right here. Russell Westbrook. So this is a post on X from Basketball Forever. Look at that triple double, son. Yo, nobody gives this guy Westbrook any love, son. He's like one of the greatest point guards the NBA has ever seen, my G. He's still doing triple doubles on you. He's not averaging a triple double like he did, for what, like three seasons or something. But Westbrook, though, for the Kings. The day that probably that guy was yelling at these guys. That fan, he's a season ticket holder, dogs. Sitting up front. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, dogs. They don't want to see me, babe. Because I can't be behind the Knicks, bench as a fan watching the game. I'm like, damn. Wow. I won't even curse at all. It's just, you'll feel the vibration of the frustration that I would have, my G. You know what I mean? And if they were really kicking butt and they're really doing good, then they're not gonna hear me. Then, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm like, oh, great game, man. That was great. You did great. We need that every day, son. Todo juego, loco. I don't care if the team is 2-50. We gotta go out there like this. We gotta play like this, my G. But they don't, son. The Knicks, man, it's hard to be a fan, my G. Dallas and the Lakers played since the trade, the greatest trade of all time. And the Lakers came out winning. Doncic did 35 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists. You know what I mean? And AD, he didn't do much on his return to LA. He had some plays here and there. The game was close. You know what I'm saying? The game was close. But whatever, G. And that's what gets me frustrated with the New York Knicks is that we're supposed to be the best team in the East. Like, I don't expect them to be 19-1 or 18-2. You know what I'm saying? But they should have a better record. I mean, we're at 4th right now in the East. 4th. It doesn't even look good, son. That's why I say, dogs. I'm like, yo, don't be repping Dominicans and you're playing like this. You know what I mean? You're playing in New York City, dogs. New York wants to see the Knicks win one championship in their lifetime. I do. But ustedes están relajando. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Miami's a game better than you guys, 13-6. Toronto, 14-5. Toronto didn't even make the playoffs last year. What's going on here? Now Detroit, 15-4. They're the most improved team. They made the playoffs last year. They lost to the Knicks. Now they look like they can beat the Knicks. Orlando's one game, from sweeping the Knicks in the season. They might meet each other at the right before the final, matchup for that in bracket playoff thing, in season playoff thing. And let's see, will Orlando beat them then? They probably will. Yo, son, I'm telling you, have a better chance of beating the Knicks than the Heat. Anyways, Oklahoma, dogs. But look at that. The Lakers, Houston, San Antonio, Denver, Phoenix, Minnesota, Golden State. I'm saying those top 8, all with winning records except Golden State. They're 50-50. They're 10-10. But damn, son, LA 14-4. Houston 12-4. San Antonio 13-5. Denver 13-5. Phoenix 12-8. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got over here 12-6 for the Knicks. You know what I mean? They're 3-5 away, but 9-1 at home, which is really nice to see. But man, they don't want to hear me talk. Let's go into the baseball, baby. Yo, my G. This segment here, is my baseball. And the Blue Jays signed starting pitcher Dylan Cease, if I'm pronouncing that right. He played for San Diego last year, and I think Arizona as well before that. 7-year, $210 million to put a starting pitcher in the rotation to make it a little stronger, to make another push. The free agents that are considered top 10 right now this was a screenshot on November 20th, and this is 9 days later. Let me see here. This is by MLB. So Kyle Schwarber is number 1. Kyle Tucker, played right field for the Cubs, is number 2, which is something that allegedly the Blue Jays want to get him too. But anyways, Pete Alonso, who doesn't want to pay this guy some money, son? I don't think he's gonna go back to New York. Anyways, Bo Bichette, he needs a big contract. The rumor is that the Blue Jays are either gonna get Tucker or Bo. You can't do both. It would be nice to get both, apparently. I don't know. Let's see how big the wallet is. Corey Bellinger, his name been bounced around like 3 or 4 teams. Alex Bregman, he was playing for Boston. I don't know why he don't want to stay in Boston, but well, maybe he's trying to stay in Boston, but I don't know yet. So, then we got Murakami. I'm not sure how to pronounce his first name. What's his name? Eugenio Suarez. From he was playing. He got traded to Seattle. He deserves a big contract. He's been doing really good for the last few years. And then let me see here. Kazuma Dakmoto, pitcher, right? And then Jorge Polanco. I don't know if he's a top 10 to me, but not too bad. So like we were saying, Talking Baseball, which is probably on X, they have here that the number 1 free agent is Alex Bregman, then Kyle Tucker, Pete Alonso, Bo Bichette. That's the top 4. Then let me see here. Corey Bellinger, Paul Goldsmith is the 7th best free agent at the moment. Then after that, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, this guy was in the MVP race. So number 6 is a little disrespectful, but they were doing some type of draft, but whatever. Let me see here. JT Realmuto, he's a free agent. Let me see who else. Justin Verlander, but I think he did sign with the Giants. Devin Williams, he was on the Yankees. Max Scherzer, he's going to retire. Edwin Diaz is about to sign with the Yankees. Let's see here. This one is a little interesting. We already talked about Suarez. Let me see here. Ryan O'Haron, he was in San Diego, outfielder or second base, another role though. Robert Suarez, he was playing for San Diego as well. And then one of the guys that might get a big contract, allegedly he's talking to the Mets right now, is Framber Valdez, lefty pitcher for Houston. I mean, the last 2 seasons, to me, he hasn't been the same pitcher since he won the World Series and he had his best career, season. You know what I'm saying? So far, but I feel like he's in the decline. Like he's good, but he's not number 1 or number 2 on your roster for starting pitcher. But anyways, who wants the base hit machine? Luis Arias. He can go anywhere, son. A guy that's gonna be on base. He's not gonna steal your base. He could play the infield, the outfield. Gilbert Torres is probably gonna stay with Detroit, but Detroit gotta make some moves, dogs. They went to the playoffs, dogs. Let me see here. We just talked about Dylan Cease. Trent Grisham, he signed a 1-year, $22 million to stay with the Yankees. Let me see here. Kenley Jensen, pitcher for the Angels. Han Sung Kim, I think. Well, I don't. He played for Atlanta. I don't know. Emilio Pagan, he's on the Reds. Ranger Suarez, he played for the Philly. Let me see who's on this list. Brandon Woodruff, he's a pitcher for Milwaukee. Sterling Marte, you know, he can go anywhere, I guess. Mantukata Murakami. Oh, that's the kid from like the Japan like college league or high school or some shit like that. I forget who's talking to him right now, babe. I think it is the Mariners. I don't know. I forget. And somebody from the West Coast is gonna pick that guy up, the next home run king. Harrison Bader for Philly. He's good. He should find a job somewhere. Tatsuma Imai, another Japan player. Oh wow, okay. Tyler Rogers for the Mets. Miguel Rojas, he just won the World Series and did all that bottom of the ninth. He's 2 for 63, and one of them was a home run to tie the game in the top of the ninth. He needs a job. And then Michael King for San Diego. Like a lot of guys from San Diego might be leaving pretty soon. And we're talking about Tatis might be a Yankee. I don't know, dogs. You let me know how that's a bad look for y'all if he goes over there, son. That'll be 2 certified outfielders, and then you could put Trent Grissom over there and left. You know what I mean? Or put Tatis in short, son. Volpe gotta go. Ya tu sabes, loco. You know what I mean? I'm not even a Yankee fan like that. I really wanted the Blue Jays to win. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite team. I didn't think they will ever make it to the World Series. Not this fast. But as you can see, they're putting it together. They're probably going to keep Bo. Let me see here. The American East, right? We talked about the Blue Jays signing Dylan Crease, right? The Red Sox acquired Sonny Gray, starting pitcher from the Reds, and they traded a free agent. The Red Sox sent free agents and 2 picks, I guess, for the draft. So they would get the top 10 and the top 29th best player available in the draft. So that's why Sonny Gray is with the Red Sox. So they're trying to improve. The Mets acquired Marcus Semien, second baseman for Texas, and they flat trade Brandon Nemo. They sent him over there to Texas, bro. Let me see. The Orioles, what they did was, the Orioles sent right-handed pitcher Grayson Rodriguez for Taylor Ward. Outfielder, infielder for the Angels. Not bad. He got some power too, son. That dude, I seen him hit a home run when I went to watch him in California. That was dope. And let me see here. And the Tampa Bay Rays, Stingrays or Sun Rays or whatever Rays it is. Minnesota and Tampa Bay made a trade. So let me see here. Jacob Kingston is a minor leaguer. He went to Minnesota, and Tampa Bay has a renewed right-handed pitcher, Eric Orze. Tampa Bay gave Jake Fraley a 1-year, $3 million contract. Utility guy, nice little payoff. Living in Florida, good on the taxes. But if you lasted this long, appreciate you, man. Thank you a lot. I hope you laughed a little bit, because there's some funny shit out there, doggy, with these sports, my dude. Brought to you by your ad right here, my G. You know what I'm saying? Que me paguen una vaina ahí. Who's making it to the Super Bowl, son? You know what I mean? Philly Buffalo? Aye. How far are the Oklahoma's going to go? They're going to repeat? What's going to be their record? Let me know, son, down in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all, dogs. Hasta la próxima, loco. Like always, Hands Down Sports. Yeah, estamos aquí.
Hands down shit, you know what I mean?